They joke that they own half of Tanzania. Their products fill your kitchen, your gas tank, your shower. Their companies produce what you eat, wear, ride, and wash with. Their empire stretches across every corner of the country, employing more Tanzanians than anyone outside the government. And outside of East Africa, almost no one knows their name. Meet the Dewji family, led by Mohammed Dewji, Tanzania's only billionaire, and the quiet force behind MeTL Group, a private empire responsible for over 3.5% of Tanzania's entire GDP. This is not just a rags to riches tale. This is the story of a family that built a business so vast, so influential, and so integrated into daily life. It's almost invisible until now. From humble traders to business royalty. The Dooji saga begins over a century ago, when their ancestors left Gujarat, India, and made the journey to East Africa. They were part of the Indian Ocean's long-standing trade routes, 12 Shia Muslim merchants, who sought opportunity in colonial Tanganyika, now modern-day Tanzania. Like many immigrant families, they started with very little. In the 1960s, Dewji's grandfather opened a humble retail shop, small but vital piece of the local economy. That shop was handed down to Mo's father, Gulamaba's Dewji, who transformed it into a modest import-export business during a time when the socialist government struggled to meet demand. While state-owned firms failed to supply basic goods, Dewji's business thrived, bringing in sugar, flour, rice, and textiles that people needed. By the time Mohammed Dewji was born in 1975, the family had a reputation for hustle, but they were still far from billionaires. Mo, however, had bigger dreams. After elite boarding school in Florida, he earned a finance degree from Georgetown University in Washington, D.C., learning not just global business strategy, but how to think big. When he returned to Tanzania in 1999 at just 24 years old, he joined the family firm and quickly spotted an opportunity that would change everything. In the early 2000s, Tanzania began privatizing its vast number of failing state-run companies. While others hesitated, Mo didn't blink, snapped up bankrupt textile mills, soap factories, and processing plants at rock-bottom prices. Then he modernized them, cutting waste, improving efficiency, and scaling like a Silicon Valley founder. In just over a decade, MeTL Group exploded in value, growing from $30 million to over $1.5 billion in revenue. In 2013, Mo became the first Tanzanian on the cover of Forbes, celebrated as one of Africa's youngest billionaires. What began as a family shop had morphed into a corporate colossus. The Dewjis weren't just successful anymore, they were business royalty. Today, MeTL Group stands as one of Africa's largest and most diverse private empires, with over 100 companies under its umbrella. The group spans nearly every sector of daily life: agriculture, manufacturing, distribution, transport, finance, and even telecom. If you live in Tanzania, odds are you interact with metal multiple times a day without realizing it. Drink a soda? Might be sipping a metal product? Cook with oil? Or eat maize flour? That's probably theirs too. Wash your hands with soap or shampoo? Again, metal. And they didn't stop with basics. They manufacture bicycles, motorbikes, textiles, and even packaged water. In some markets, they don't just compete, they dominate. In the soap business alone, their Mo brand commands an overwhelming share, leaving global giants like Unilever and Procter & Gamble with less than 3% of the market. Their homegrown soda, Mo, is even chipping away at Coca-Cola's grip with competitive pricing, local flavors, and deeper rural distribution. But metal isn't confined to Tanzania. The empire stretches across 11 countries, including Uganda, Kenya, Zambia, Mozambique, Malawi, and the Democratic Republic of Congo, acquiring ailing local companies and transforming them into profitable powerhouses. Their formula is brilliantly simple: buy cheap, produce locally, price competitively, and reinvest fast. Their headquarters, a glittering skyscraper in Dar es Salaam, stands as a physical symbol of their quiet dominance. The numbers speak volumes. MeTL Group generates billions annually, and Dewji himself is worth $2.2 billion as of 2025. Tanzania's richest man and one of Africa's most influential billionaires. He also owns Simba SC, East Africa's most prestigious football club, which under his leadership has risen to be one of the continent's top 7 teams. From football stadiums to flour mills, from telecom networks to textile factories, the Doogies are in everything. And in Tanzania, people say they don't just run a company, they run the economy. So, how does one family quietly sculpt the economic skeleton of an entire nation? Answer: power, both economic and political. Dewji didn't just build businesses, he stepped into government. From 2005 to 2015, he served as a member of parliament for Singida under Tanzania's dominant CCM party. But unlike many billionaire politicians, Mo actually rolled up his sleeves. As an MP, he pushed for tax reforms and policies that supported domestic manufacturers. He championed local procurement laws. And when Tanzania began selling off its failing state enterprises in the 2000s, his political relationships helped MeTL become the first in line. Some say it wasn't just business acumen, it was brilliant timing and strategic proximity to power. Even after leaving Parliament in 2015, his influence hasn't diminished. If anything, it's intensified. Today, Mo sits on presidential economic advisory boards. He's a familiar face to every Tanzanian president. His opinion matters in cabinet meetings, even if he's not in the room. MeTL's projects are often deeply intertwined with national infrastructure, from port expansions to logistics hubs. Tanzanians joke that no major economic policy is finalized without checking with Mo first. It's a running joke, but one with teeth. But influence, especially in Africa's high-stakes business world, carries risk. In 2018, Dewji was kidnapped in broad daylight, snatched outside a luxury hotel gym by masked gunmen. He was held hostage for 9 harrowing days. The entire nation watched in fear. When he returned safely, it wasn't just a relief, it was a moment of reckoning. Since then, the Dooji family has operated with increased discretion. Tighter security, fewer interviews, less exposure. They've chosen insulation over publicity, influence without headlines. And in Tanzania, that's often how the most powerful operate, quietly but completely. So, what does life look like when you're Tanzania's richest family? The Doogies live in quiet luxury, where wealth is understated, not shouted. Their main residence is in Dar es Salaam's elite Oyster Bay, a beachfront estate surrounded by towering palms and guarded gates. Inside, marble floors, Italian interiors, oceanfront views, and a level of privacy most billionaires would envy. But that's only one home. They also maintain a grand estate in Singida, their ancestral town, which doubles as a community hub and symbol of loyalty to their roots. The dynasty continues. In a country of over 60 million, one family continues to shape the nation's economic destiny with precision, discipline, and a whisper. The Doogies are not just billionaires, they are builders, visionaries, custodians of Tanzania's future. At just 50 years old, Mo is far from finished. He's preparing his children for leadership, expanding MeTL into new frontiers, and laying the foundation for a dynasty that may one day rival the Waltons or Rothschilds, Evan, if the world never hears about it. Because that's the Dooji way. Quiet power, loud impact. Now that you've seen behind the curtain, what surprised you most about this invisible empire? Let us know in the comments below. If you're fascinated by stories of the ultra-rich who move in silence, hit that like button, subscribe, and join us as we continue exploring the hidden dynasties shaping our world, $1 billion move at a time. Thanks for watching. Remember, in Tanzania, the Doogies don't need to raise their voice, because when they whisper, the whole country listens.